Hello everyone, good morning. I hope this quality is okay. I am on my commute as per usual. A lot of change has been happening. That's kind of been the theme of the last month for me, and it's Gemini season. I have a ton of Gemini in my chart. I just feel like I'm thinking I'm going one direction and then I'm actually going another direction, and I'm just trying to feel it out without being so impulsive when it comes to things. And if you're anything like me, you get excited at the thought of new opportunities arising and just new things coming into your life and even leaving your life. And I've just been in this season of trying to be as open as possible to the change. And so I had shared in a previous episode that I was going to be getting back into postpartum work. And I did open the door. I opened my heart. I joined an agency. And no opportunities came through. And it was about a month of me sitting in this place of being open and just allowing anything to come through, right? Just seeing what would happen if I were to say I'm ready. And I prayed on it. I talked to God about it. I asked Him to show me if this is the right thing, because my heart was there, as it just is when it comes to birth work. But I wanted to see if it would come to the physical realm and present itself as being good timing. And a funny little thing happened where I was offered a position during this month that I couldn't give up and I couldn't let up. And at the same time, postpartum families weren't coming through at that time. And so here I go back again, thinking that I'm going back into birth work and thinking that I have an idea of what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be pursuing it. And God is pivoting me back into this different direction now. And so I guess it is a little bit hard to be okay with change, but it's also helpful to have a clear God-given direction where He's saying this is the way, and He's just showing me. And I've really been trying to lean into feeling what that feels like and allowing it to just come through and me not be really questioning of it. Because of course I took a few days after this offer and I sat with myself and I'm like, what do you mean? This is the way I'm supposed to go? Are we sure? Is this really the best direction? Because, I had my mind so set on going back into postpartum work. And it just turns out that this is the way I'm going to go. So I'm actually going into a new direction right now, in human resources, which is where I've been for the last year. And that's what's happening. And I am learning how to be okay with the change and being uncomfortable in the change. But also there is such a blessing in just not having to make that decision and just allowing for opportunities to present themselves. And I think there is something to say for knowing when it's time to put in the work towards something. Because I'm sure if more time had passed, I would have put more work into finding mothers who needed support. I would have put much more energy into marketing and getting myself out there. But then there's a part of me that was really just saying, Taylar, relax and allow for things to unfold. And so this time around, I knew all I needed to do was just be in it and my answers would come to me. And so it's a really interesting thing to just allow for things to happen and not really put a lot of work in towards getting into one direction or the other. And when you do put a lot of direction and energy into moving puzzle pieces and finding answers and putting out job applications and things of that nature and nothing's coming back for a good amount of time, I think that it also is beneficial when nothing is coming back, because it's showing that right now this isn't the way. Right? Maybe we need to reassess. Maybe we need to realign. Maybe we're not applying to the right positions or putting our energy in the right direction when it comes to marketing. And so both are beneficial. When we are receiving information either way. And so I'm trying to look at this as allowing for God to just guide me. And when I hear something from him and I'm confused, I just obey. I just surrender to that direction. And that's been so helpful in relieving me from unnecessarily overthinking, emotional challenges, mistakes maybe that I've made or that I'm currently making. And it's allowed me to have grace for myself because I know that he has grace for me and he wants me to see what he's doing in my life. And the way that I can do that is by stepping out of that seat of control, because I'm not the one who has the control ultimately. So I'm really trying to work on that, and it's been feeling really good to just take the passenger seat of my life and not feel like I am basically trying to run uphill when it's windy and I'm just continuing being pushed back. So I finally feel like, the winds are in my sails and I'm moving forward and feeling more aligned. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, since I did mention re-entering postpartum work, as that was my intention about a month ago. And I guess I want to share to remember to give yourself grace if you decide to change directions, regardless of, what niche you're in birth work, or even if you're not in birth work yet, you're having a hard time getting off into it. It's got to be aligned. And like I mentioned before, we can kind of feel when it's time to put that energy in to the back end and really push forward and make it happen. And then we also can feel like maybe not right now. And I think that praying on it can really help us discern what season we're actually in, because I think we can think ourselves into any season without God's direction. And I think it's just beneficial to allow for the stillness and reassess and pray and wait, be patient. Patience is the key right now in my life, and I think it's been so beneficial, and I'm starting to see the plants coming up. When we talk about sowing and reaping, I sowed seeds years ago that I'm seeing reap right now because I have allowed myself to be patient and not give up, but not overthink it and throw the idea in the garbage. And it's just so helpful when we can see in hindsight where patience and God's direction has helped us in the past. It can help us really reaffirm the things that are currently happening right now. So that's really my message, and I hope that you guys are doing amazing. It's going to be summer soon in New Jersey. I'm feeling lighter. My daughter will be out of kindergarten next week, or this week actually. Wow, in a couple days she ends school, and so she'll be in camp. My kids will both be in camp. That's been another letting go, because I'm not somebody that could just take off in the summer. I do have some things planned, some personal and some also with the family coming up over the next 6 months or so that I am so flippin' excited for. And so I just want to get the hard work in, do the work, and then really enjoy having that time with my family. And, that's just the season that I'm in right now. And I'm super grateful to have an answer and have a direction, because I was sitting in the unknown for a little while. And things are always unknown. It's just a matter of our awareness around it. Nothing is really stable. Nothing's really set in stone. And so I invite you to just breathe and let yourself be right where you are right now, and know that the only thing that is a definite is that change is coming. Whether it's now, tomorrow, or in a few weeks. There's always change. So allow and listen and really sit on what God is telling you right now, and pray on it, because He will answer, and He will show you almost immediately, if not a second after you ask for an answer, you ask for a direction. And so I invite you to pray. And I thank you so much for being here and taking this little commute with me. And I hope that you have a beautiful day, a beautiful week ahead, or sleep well if you're listening to this at night. And I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.